Gerald, after the injury, how are you feeling right now, and are you ready for the season coming up?
I feel good, and definitely this was one of the toughest. Well, the only injury I've had that would significantly put me out for the rest of the season. But as of right now, man, I feel great. Every day I feel like I'm getting better and better, especially with my conditioning. My foot is 100% healthy, so I still got my explosiveness. I still got my speed, so I'm eager to show everybody.
Hey Gerald, when did you feel you were ready to return to basketball activities?
It was kind of right around the time when the bubble coinspired. I think around the summer, around like I would say June or July, I felt really comfortable with doing some explosive jumps, going side to side, defensive slides, taking off in sprints. But unfortunately, because of this pandemic that we're all dealing with, I wasn't really able to utilize courts or gyms or weight room facilities. So I was very limited to the stuff that I was able to do. So YouTube was my biggest friend as far as a lot of the rehabilitation. But I feel like I've done a great job of getting myself back right.
Hey, Gerald. Having been around for quite a while and been with this team for a while, your game is very well known. But do you feel that you need to demonstrate where you are, what you can still do, or do you feel like that's already understood?
I think I agree with you, Jonathan. I think I've always been in this situation, my whole career. I mean, I've always, been in a situation where I'm out to prove myself, not only to my teammates but to the world. And I think that's another situation today. I feel like I play better when I have the opportunity to prove myself that I belong and that I'm worthy of me being here. So, that's how I'm taking it. I'm just happy to be here. I'm thankful, but at the same time, I'm working my butt off to just prove, to prove them right and make sure that this wasn't a bad mistake.
Thank you.
Gerald, you're like a big brother to Daniel House Jr. He looks up to you. You all, your lockers are right next to each other, both being from Houston. What were you able to say to him, after the mishap in the bubble? And, did you take the big brother approach to tell him about how he can learn from his mistakes?
I mean, well, I didn't really necessarily talk to him about that scenario because I wasn't there. You always hear a lot of things that you really sometimes can't believe or can't get into. But we did talk, and I'm very proud of D House. I mean, for where he's become, how he's taken his game to another level. I expect him to have probably the best season that he's had in his career this year with the Rockets. I really believe that. The things that he's able to do on and off on the court, on both ends of the court, defense and offense. That's something that any team, but especially this team, is really going to benefit off of. And I'm happy that I do sit next beside of him, and he does pick my brain because he's one of the only players that that you tell him something right away and he implements it in this game instantly. So. I'm very excited to see him grow this year as a player because I really think this year is the year where he's going to turn the corner.
Hey Gerald, hope the rehab's gone well. It sounds like it's gone well. But could you share with us your thoughts on how the NBA used its platform to spread the Black Lives Matter message inside the bubble, especially in connection to John Lucas, who was one of the most powerful voices in the bubble when everything was going on?
Phenomenal. I mean, I couldn't have done the NBA couldn't have done a better job of really being behind that Black Lives Matter. That was something that from the outside looking in, because I wasn't playing, I was very proud to say that I'm an NBA player for the way that we march is pretty much those guys, most of those guys was marching. I know I marched in Houston. Before the bubble came, a lot of guys were really out there protesting. We wanted to see it change, and a lot of guys, I mean, shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks, and I forgot the other team for not playing, not wanting to play. I mean, that was huge. And so, little things like that to me is I'm glad the NBA, stood behind all of us and our word and what we wanted to say. So, I was very proud of what the NBA and my fellow brothers did, backing up the Black Lives Matter movement.
what Brian asked. Is it tough to see someone that you're very close with and Daniel go through what he had to go through at the end of the bubble?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, think about it. I mean, anytime that you're in a situation where you're in the playoffs and you're not able to play for something that's that wasn't related to basketball is tough. It's any situation. It's tough. So, but that's what makes the great ones. When they go through situations that's unfortunate, they always come out and be great. And I think that's what 𝗪𝗧𝗛 is going to do. I think that was a tough situation. Not only for him but for the organization. But I think that he's done a great job of busting his tail this summer and off season. I've been working out with him. He looks great, and I think everybody's ready to put that past him because it doesn't really matter anymore. He's irrelevant, and we're ready to just start for next season and get it going. I really think that 𝗪𝗧𝗛 is going to have a hell of a season.
We'll take two more. 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧.
Hey Gerald, your love for the city of Houston is obviously unparalleled. How does this opportunity with the Rockets, coming off the injury and of course the year that's been with the season, been being put on pause, restarting, compared to the opportunities that you've had in the past?
I mean, this one is by far one of the most pleasant ones because of, Rockets didn't have to give me another opportunity, and so I'm very thankful to have this. And coming off an injury, especially an injury that I had, a Lisfranc fracture, who was one of the worst, foot fractures you can have. For the Rockets to sit here and give me another chance to prove myself again, I'm just thankful, and I'm ready to show these guys that they did not make a mistake, and I'm ready to show the world that I'm back.
And last one, 𝗖𝗪𝗡𝗧𝗛.
Gerald, a lot of fans in the city of Houston absolutely loves you and how you represent the city, and there's definitely a connection there with fans. When you got traded, there was kind of, people, a lot of people upset. How important was it for you to come back? It was your third stint now with the Rockets and to be playing here again here soon.
Well, I mean, when things, everything, basketball's a business. So, once I got traded, I understand, everything's a business. But, my heart and soul is in Houston. I mean, I got so many tattoos in Houston, it's not even funny. And, I mean, it's just, one of these things that, it makes it easier for me to get up out of the bed and go to work because I understand that, I'm not only working for, the name on the back of my jersey, I'm working for the name on the front of my jersey because, I mean, I just want to be able to do wherever I can to make sure that this city blossoms and this city does whatever we need to do. So if I'm representing, anytime I get to represent Houston Rockets, Gerald Green's gonna give 150%. That's for damn sure.